Good morning, everyone. It's 10 minutes past 9 o'clock right now. Welcome back to CW Iowa Live. Lou and Jackie here along with Rick Davis from Fidelity Bank. And boy, oh boy, are we glad to see you here this morning to discuss what in the world is going on. We knew it was going to happen. We talked about this for weeks, that the rate was going to go up, and it did go up 0.25.
That's a normal increase when they do increase.
0.25%.
A quarter.
And when we say rate, what are we talking about?
What banks loan to their prime lenders for, or what banks loan to smaller banks for, the prime is what the Federal Reserve puts as a floor on the money to go back and forth.
Okay.
Most of the banks still are not borrowing money. Most of the big banks don't borrow, so it doesn't change what the cost of our major banks are. They already had it. But it does change the economy, and it changes the influx of small businesses and their cost of money and where it's going to go.
Now, when they are borrowing this money, how much are they actually paying overall for the money itself? Do you have any idea?
The client?
Yeah.
The client's going to either pay between prime 1 to 2 over prime, depending on the length of terms and how much they try to regulate the terms. There are very few loans actually at prime, but there's a lot of loans like at 1 over prime, 1.5 over prime. But the key I wanted to say is that's an indicator of what's going on in the industry, and everything was kind of factored in. We'd had these increases because of the optimism. Please understand, everything is an attitude in America. We have the ability to facilitate a lot of things. People buy when they feel comfortable. They stop buying when they don't.
Right.
So, and they buy when their fear things are going to go higher. Mm-hmm. When they feel everything's going to cost more, they want to buy before it does.
Right.
It's like if you know there's going to be a major storm, you might go to the grocery store and stock up. Mm-hmm. So they all want to gather all these things in. So at times, interest rates are raised to facilitate the increase. I got to go get this. Mm-hmm. And then they do that, and then it happens.
Now, the interest rates wasn't raised for a long time. We had, what, a 7-year stretch?
Yeah, 8. I think they said the last 4 years they were going to raise the rate 3 times this year. They did it again the other day, which caused some of our issues with the market. They did it last year, the year before, and the year before. But it's 8 years since they've done it twice in a year.
Okay.
In fact, last year was the first time in 8 years they did it. So, but I actually think this is the real one. You know, like the guy crying wolf, you don't know where the wolf. I really think there's something to this increase.
The sky is falling, yeah.
Because the industry, and I think we're going to have a very robust economy with what's going forward for at least a 2-year cycle. And I think we're going to reinvest in America. I think they're all I'm getting all kinds of calls. I met with the Iowa Finance Group, and we're going to start doing, and please tell all small businessmen that own their own building, try to get a hold of me. We got some special programming. We want to get people set before the massive increases come.
Okay, now what do you mean by massive increases?
I'm thinking that cost of money might be 2 points higher in 2 years.
It will.
No, it might be. I want to be clear on that. It might be. So if you're in like we have some 20-year fixed money available for commercial businesses that typically are 5. Well, you might get in a much higher rate at that 5. You can get fixed for 20. You can take advantage of the prosper that's supposed to. We're going to have, by my sources, a very good 2-year economic window.
Okay.
And you're saying because these numbers are being released, everyone's starting to.
They're already out.
They're starting to get active.
In.
Okay.
And the guy ends up, whatever you think of the guy, the people he brings to his court, the people that he are all brilliant businessmen that know how to create things. Right?
Now, Rick, what is spurring all this activity? Is it this 0.25% increase, or is it the possibility of what's down the road in the next year?
Well, what really I believe is it gave them the ability to do it, because it's really not there. All this increase didn't change anything with what happened at the election. What happened with the election changed everything.
Okay.
The whole economy, the whole system is different. It's never happened like this before. We've never had a non-political guy that wants to do the right thing and stay. He's way, way extreme on bringing industry back and causing more inertia. So people going back to work is not just Carrier in Indiana. I believe that the whole country, so does all the major manufacturers that make, people are going back to work at John Deere making things that they weren't going to make. Mm-hmm. I mean, they believe that everything's going to be a boom. We're going to be a great boom, and we need to get established with the people that are here so that the increases don't overcome them while the thing's going up faster.
And you're focusing on small businesses this
So
morning. So what are you saying to them?
I'm saying is like, if you have a company, you've been there for 12 years and you have a mortgage that you've been redoing, I now can go get you a 20-year fixed mortgage on most of the loan. And that's unbelievable that's not there. So we want to protect the small businessman like we're a small bank. And we've just opened this thing up, and I'm the one handling it. So, so get a hold of me.
So what's the window that we have to get this done?
It's there now. I'm just saying is that the rates that when you're at the lower rates than are typically a 20-year fix on commercial hardly ever exist. We need to get involved so that we can put this thing in play before
something else happens.
Before everything starts going. There's just a shortage. There is not. One of the things that scares me about it, why I don't tell you you're going to have a 4-year grade, this is me as an individual studying the thing. Though please understand, I don't have FDIC call me and say this is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Please understand.
Here's a graph here we have on the.
But I do have graphs that show the historical.
But you do know the business, and you do talk to a lot of people, and this is what people are saying right now.
Well, I talked to the #1 expert in the country yesterday for an hour and a half before he came on. So I'm replaying what he said.
Okay.
And the fact is that the cost of money has been salvage rate, not build rate. Now, because you're building and there's a scarcity of money for what we're building, we have to do this quickly and efficiently and protect those people that want to work and get it going. Because the other thing that's attached to this rate increase is the thing called the debt. So if you raise the interest rates a lot, our debt goes up a lot. The billions and trillions of dollars that we owe every day.
Right.
So we have to have an economy that can start reducing the debt. Otherwise, we're not going to stay in this element. So I just want to do my part and let people know, get off your butt.
Yeah, and get this taken care of, because the bottom line is right now you can get some money now, and but if you wait 6 months or 9 months, it could cost you a lot more.
Well, it might cost you 30 or 40% more.
That much more?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because this program is 20% lower than the norm. It's just there. So I just got it affiliated with it, and it's kind of like one of those quiet ones. Oddly, it doesn't pay the institutions as well as some of the other ones.
So this one's flying under the radar right now.
Yeah. Okay, and the people that can benefit from this right now are?
Startup small businesses have been, in other words, if I wanted to go build a building and don't have history of it, I got a business, it might be a 30% down payment. And then all these other risks. This program, if you can prove you can do it, it's half that. And then the interest rate's half. Everything about, if you're going to employ Iowans, we want to help you be able to do it. It's really about employment at a higher quality of job.
Now, your small business, what's your definition of small business? Is it revenue of a certain amount, a number of employees? What do you consider a small business?
What I'm saying is if it's a $25 million building, I'm not the guy. Okay. But if it's a $10 million building,
You're the guy.
I could do that.
Okay.
All right. Well,
but if it's a $500,000 building, I could do it. I'm going to take the time to work with everybody. I'm not going to say, oh, it's not big enough to talk to me. I'm going to take the time, because guess what happens to those people? It's a secret. But they have employees that have houses. and they have kids going off to college.
Right.
So the point is, if we're going to brand a community bank to be the small business guy, this is a perfect way to do it.
Well, you said your phone's been ringing off the hook, but people still have an opportunity to talk to you right now. How can they get in touch with you?
Give us a call at 343-2300. We're on the west, I don't know how to say this. We're across the street from Jordan Creek Mall. You guys might know where that is. And my building is next to the other bank because I'm too loud for the bank. And you'll see all those cartoons on the walls. Come in. We'll be serious when we get in.
Yeah, look for the cartoon characters and then come see whether or not Rick does have 3 fingers and a thumb.
That's right.
Okay, that'll be perfect.
Thank you, guys.
Because he's a cartoon character too, right?
But as we've been saying, week after week, you need to be acting right now.
This is the real deal. You need to get active. They're going to move it, and I'm watching stock markets going crazy, but if you really look at the industrials are going crazy, the manufacturing companies are going crazy that are going to make things that cause growth.
There it is.
Okay.
Perfect. So take advantage of it. That's what he's saying, folks. Don't wait. Get off your dupa, as they say, right? There you have it. All right. We'll be right back. This is CW Iowa Live in West Des Moines.